Go faster than the Mask Rider. Get Sunlink Internet with speeds up to 1 gig available. Call 806-793-2222 or visit sunlink.com.
We now transition to the MLB Inside Pitch here on the Sunday Sports Blitz. Andreas Flores with you today. Thanks for tuning in on DoubleT973.com. A couple of big-time trades going down in the world of Major League Baseball. Of course, Manny Machado and Brad Hand. Both those guys get moved after the All-Star break, but before those trades, the All-Star game happened and All-Star week happened. Of course, Monday, the Home Run Derby. Bryce Harper wins it. Controversy, I guess, ensues with how him and his dad ended that Home Run Derby. He does win it in his hometown. Congrats. I thought it was entertaining. Wasn't a big, wasn't really going to watch the Home Run Derby, I should say. It was going to be something that was going to be on the television as I did other stuff in the office or in the house. But when Bryce Harper stepped up to the plate to swing, I definitely did, especially that first time, did pay attention. I did focus on it because he's a star. He's a star of the game, and that's what you want. That's what I want. I want stars, these stars hitting in these home run derbies. You know, Harper, Stanton, Judge, Bellinger, I guess, is a star, if you will. Manny Machado, the list goes on. Mike Trout, whatever. Get these guys in here. No disrespect to Max Muncy. No disrespect to Alex Bregman. No disrespect to all these other guys, Trevor Story, whoever else was in the home run derby, but they're not at the same level as a Harper, Trout, Machado, Aaron Judge. And those are the guys you really want to see. You know, for example, the slam dunk contest. You want to see those stars. You want to see LeBron James. You want to see, you know, who else can be? I mean, Kevin Durant can probably be a good dunker. You want to see these guys. No disrespect to Gordon or you know, those other basketball guys that get in these home run derby because the stars don't disrespect to them, but they don't really draw. They don't draw interest in me. Maybe for you they do. For me they don't. Will MLB ever change the home run derby style? They've already changed the rules and the time clock, but will they ever change it to have the stars be there? Probably not. They don't want to do it. Maybe have the home run derby after the season. Maybe I could see that working. The week before the All-Star, not the All-Star game, but the World Series, the week after the World Series, maybe one of those could work for a home run derby. Now, is anybody's interest still up there? Probably not. Are you going to have this amount of talent like you do for the All-Star game into one place? Probably not. I don't know. Something to think about. Maybe you move the All-Star game after the season, kind of like the Pro Bowl in the NFL, or at least a week before the World Series. I don't know. The All-Star game as a whole was good. I thought very entertaining game. I liked it a lot. The AL ends up winning in extra innings, a couple of home runs from Houston Astros to win that game off a LA Dodger pitcher. Thought that was kind of a callback to the World Series we had just last year with Houston winning it. But, 10 home runs in that game. Aaron Judge starts it off in the second inning off Max Scherzer. Trout homers as well. Like I said, 10 total home runs in that game. A lot of strikeouts as well. But it was a good game, man. You know, I know a lot of people hate the All-Star game because your stars or your starters don't finish the game like they would in basketball, right? In basketball, LeBron James is going to start, and then he'll finish that game. Whenever in the NBA All-Star game, it gets exciting down there towards the last 5 minutes, and people are actually starting to play. I think everybody was playing in the All-Star game. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they're just going out there wanting to lose, but you're going to get guys like Bregman and George Springer, who are great players on a good team, a championship team, but they're not at that level of a Judge, of a Stanton, of a Trout, of a Harper. No disrespect to them. They're just not there. Now, at the end, would you like to see Judge hit that home run in extra innings? Yeah, probably you would have. Trout hit the home run in extra innings? Yeah, probably. Would have probably made it a little bit better, a little bit more sweeter, but that's just not how the baseball All-Star game is played. Do they change it up? Who knows? A lot of questions around that All-Star game, but as a fan of baseball, I did enjoy it. It was fun. Probably what was even funner was the trades that went down after the All-Star game. Couple of big dominoes moving way before the All-Star, or I should say way before the MLB trading deadline. Trading deadline coming up July 31st, but Manny Machado goes to the Dodgers. You knew Machado was gonna move somewhere. The Orioles are way out of it. 40 games under 500. Probably not gonna re-sign him. Now, my question is, do they even offer to re-sign Manny Machado? You know what I mean? I know it's not a big market as a New York, as a Boston, as a Los Angeles. But did they even try to re-sign him? Because that is a franchise player. That's a once-in-a-lifetime player. They may never get a player like that again in Baltimore. So that's my question. Did they offer him? But we knew he was going to move. A lot of teams were in the mix. Red Sox, Yankees threw their names in there, I think just trying to beat each other or trying to raise the price for each other. Dodgers were a legit contender. Brewers, I felt like were a legit contender. The Phillies were a legit contender to land Manny Machado. I think that was the order. Dodgers, Brewers, Phillies, 1, 2, 3 to get Machado. Baltimore ends up going with the Dodgers, gets 5 prospects in return for Machado. Machado already making his presence felt. On base 4 times in his Dodger debut, making a nice play at shortstop, going in the hole, strong arm across the diamond to get the out on a game on Saturday afternoon as the Dodgers were in Milwaukee playing the Brewers. I did not like the Brewers fans booing Manny Machado. Don't feel that was necessarily his fault for them to boo him. He did not pick the Brewers, or he did not pick the Dodgers over the Brewers. Baltimore picked that for him to go. Another trade. Now, real quickly, are you taking the Dodgers or the field now to win it in the National League? Who represents the NL in the World Series? Dodgers or the field? Good question. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that the best races are going to be in the NL. American League wise, you already know what you got. Those 5 teams are already really there. Maybe 6. I'll throw Oakland in there at 6. But Boston, New York, Cleveland, Houston, and then you have Seattle and Oakland right there kind of battling out. Oakland looks like they're going to be sellers. They made a trade. They got Juris Familia from the Mets for some prospects. But right now I'm going Dodgers, but I think the NL, the field of the NL, has a good chance. Cubs are going to still be there. The Brewers probably going to get a wild card spot. The West is a winnable division. If any of those teams can suck it up, go get somebody to help them, they probably can challenge the Dodgers. It won't be easy, but they can probably challenge them. I'm looking at you, Colorado. I'm looking at you, San Francisco. I'm looking at you, Arizona. Just a little piece here might help you. So we'll see about that. And then in the East, it's the Braves. It's the Phillies. They're going to battle down to the end. The Mets are out of it. Never mind. Nationals, they probably should sell. Why not? Get something for Bryce Harper. I have not been a big fan of that. But as we keep going, as they keep losing, and they're fighting in the dugout now, Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg fighting, maybe you do have to sell. Maybe you do have to sell. The other big trade that happened earlier this week, Brad Hand going from the San Diego Padres to the Cleveland Indians. That helps a already good bullpen with Allen and Andrew Miller coming back from injury. Pretty good. Don't sleep on the Indians. Do not sleep on the Indians. That's a team I do not want to face in the playoffs if that's my team. But every team in the AL is going to be good. Every series is going to be competitive, and it's going to be tough to win. So I think the winner of the AL that represents this league in the World Series has their work cut out. It's going to go through a tough road, and it's going to be very, very tough. So just makes the Indians that much better for them. But, so top storylines, predictions going through the end of the second half. Second half already started this past Friday. Boston, New York are going to go down to the wire. That's my prediction. Possibly that last series. The last 3 games of the year, New York in Fenway. It could go down to that, and that would be good for baseball. I want to see that. I want to see maybe the winner 2 out of 3, or even the person that needs to win the division has to sweep that series, and they sweep that series. That's something I want to see. It's going to be fun, but a little less for me, I guess. The Yankees are my team, so it could be a little bit stressful going down to the wire. One other prediction, who's going to win that second AL wild card in the AL? You really only have a 2-team race almost. Oakland and Seattle, as I mentioned. Maybe you get somebody else, but I doubt it. Who's it going to be? I mean, Toronto, probably not. They're done. Everybody in the Central's done. The Angels, I guess I could see possibly with Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and that pitching staff. That's all right. That's decent. That's young. But they're going to have to start doing a lot better. They're going to start winning some baseball games. And then what will the Mets do? Will they trade Jacob deGrom? Will they trade Noah Syndergaard? That's something to look forward to. I think they'll trade one. They have to trade one. There's no way about it. I would love for it to be deGrom to the Yanks. but it could be Syndergaard to like the West Coast. I could see that happening. Giants, Rockies, something like that. Diamondbacks. Watch out for the Diamondbacks. Sneaky Diamondbacks. Watch out for them. I think they can do something. So finally, second half predictions. I think in the AL, New York wins the East. Houston wins the Central. Houston wins the West. Cleveland wins the Central. Oakland and Boston get the wild cards there. In the NL, Philadelphia the East, Dodgers the West, Chicago Cubs the Central, Brewers and Washington, yes, I said it, Washington, going to come back and win that second wild card spot in the NL, and that'll get us set for the playoffs. So should be fun times here going forward in Major League Baseball.